taking aim at the centre over the bill, calling it a direct attack on Punjab's identity. Meanwhile, the Shiromani Akali Dal has called an emergency meeting, echoing the Aam Aadmi Party, alleging that this is a bid to eliminate Punjab's claim on Chandigarh. Listen to this.
ਪਰ ਅੱਜ ਕੇਂਦਰ ਨੇ ਇੱਕ ਬਿੱਲ ਜਿਹੜਾ 1 ਦਸੰਬਰ ਨੂੰ ਲੋਕ ਸਭਾ ਦਾ ਸੈਸ਼ਨ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਹੋ ਰਿਹਾ ਉਹਦੇ ਚ ਲਿਆਉਣ ਦਾ ਫੈਸਲਾ ਕੀਤਾ 131ਵਾਂ ਸੋਧ ਬਿੱਲ ਉਹ ਲਿਆਉਣ ਦਾ ਫੈਸਲਾ ਕੀਤਾ ਚੰਡੀਗੜ੍ਹ ਨੂੰ ਉਹ ਧਾਰਾ 240 ਦੇ ਅਧੀਨ ਲਿਆਉਣ ਦੀ ਕੋਸ਼ਿਸ਼ ਕੀਤੀ ਜਾ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ। ਇਹਦਾ ਮਤਲਬ ਇਹ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਜੇ ਚੰਡੀਗੜ੍ਹ ਧਾਰਾ 240 ਚ ਆ ਗਿਆ ਤੇ ਚੰਡੀਗੜ੍ਹ ਸਦਾ ਲਈ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਤੋਂ ਵੱਖ ਹੋ ਜਾਏਗਾ। ਇਹ ਕੋਸ਼ਿਸ਼ ਕੀਤੀ ਜਾ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ। ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਚੰਡੀਗੜ੍ਹ ਖੋਣ ਦੀ ਕੋਸ਼ਿਸ਼ ਕੀਤੀ ਜਾ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ। ਆਮ ਆਦਮੀ ਪਾਰਟੀ ਸਰਦਾਰ ਭਗਵੰਤ ਸਿੰਘ ਮਾਨ ਦੀ ਅਗਵਾਈ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਇਹ ਲੜਾਈ ਲੜੂਗੀ ਔਰ ਅਸੀਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਵੀ ਹਾਲਤ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜੋ ਕੁਛ ਮਰਜ਼ੀ ਕਰਨਾ ਪਵੇ ਕੁਛ ਵੀ ਕਰਨਾ ਪਵੇ ਚੰਡੀਗੜ੍ਹ ਵੱਲ ਕਿਸੇ ਨੂੰ ਵੇਖਣ ਨਹੀਂ ਦੇਵਾਂਗੇ। ਚੰਡੀਗੜ੍ਹ ਵੱਲ ਕਿਸੇ ਨੂੰ ਵੇਖਣ नहीं देंगे।
जानबूझकर एक राजनीतिक बवाल खड़ा किया जा रहा है, कुछ है नहीं। सच ये कि 240 के चलते हुए वहां पर अभी जो हर चीज पार्लियामेंट में जाती है चंडीगढ़ को लेकर वह अब सीधा राष्ट्रपति साहिबा उसको कर पाएंगे। कहीं कोई बदल नहीं, कुछ एक पैसा का कुछ भी सिस्टम में कोई भी गवर्नेंस में कोई बदल होने वाला नहीं है। वहाँ के कैडर में गवर्नेंस में कोई भी वहाँ पे लॉ एंड ऑर्डर में कुछ भी बदल होने वाला नहीं है। सिर्फ ये है कि अभी वह सब चीजें कानून में कुछ भी चिंता करनी हो तो वो पार्लियामेंट में जाती है। अब वह राष्ट्रपति सीधा कर पाएंगे। वो थोड़ा उल्टा सुविधाजनक हो जाएगा। पार्लियामेंट में जाने के चलते हुए 3 महीने 6 महीने साल भर लग जाता है कई बार। राष्ट्रपति जी के रहते हुए वह चीजें जल्द हो पाएंगी जो वहां पर तरक्की के लिए वहां की डेवलपमेंट के लिए जो काम करने होंगे।
लेकिन सर ये कहा जा रहा है कि जो संविधान संशोधन होगा अन्य कई ऐसी यूटी होंगी जिस
All right, for more on this, we have Aman Sharma live with us as well. This bill aims to bring Chandigarh under Article 240. If I'm not mistaken, the regulations under this would be the same authority as parliamentary laws. What I really want to understand is what does this mean practically in terms of practical implication? What does it change or does not change on ground?
Well, see, Chandigarh is a very unique example and a unique city in India. It is not just the capital of 2 states, Punjab and Haryana, but also it is the only UT, without a legislature that does not have its own lieutenant governor. The Punjab governor is in charge of Chandigarh, and the centre, I think, by bringing this constitution bill, it has shown the intent that in the upcoming parliament session from December 1, it will bring this particular bill, which will bring Chandigarh at parity with the other UTs, be it Andaman Nicobar Islands, Daman and Diu, Lakshadweep, so that it gets its own independent LG. But the politics over this is that Punjab sees this as a move, and Punjab's parties see this as a move to weaken their case of over Chandigarh. There's been a big fight over Chandigarh. In fact, at a recent zonal meeting which Home Minister Amit Shah had chaired, Punjab CM Bhagwant Mann had very clearly demanded that Chandigarh should be handed over independently to Punjab. It should no longer be the capital of Haryana. It should only be the capital of Punjab. So the present bill, in a way, which is putting the centre's own LG as the in charge of Chandigarh, is raising the hackles of various Punjab's parties. See, the Punjab governor is also appointed by the centre. But in this case, if an LG is appointed, it will give the centre more say. The president can directly implement. The central laws will also get implemented. The central schemes will also get implemented far more efficiently in Chandigarh. But there has been always a hurdle to this. I remember in 2016, under the Narendra Modi government, a similar move was attempted when an independent LG was appointed for Chandigarh. But at that time, the BJP was in an alliance with the Prakash Singh Badal government. Prakash Singh Badal was the chief minister. He vehemently protested, and the centre had to reverse that move and stick with the same formula of the Punjab governor being in charge of Chandigarh, as has been since 1984, actually, since the militancy days. But now, this particular move with all the parties, be it the Aam Aadmi Party, the Congress, all aligning their forces to protest against the centre on this bill. We'll have to wait and see if the centre goes through with this when the parliament session begins. We don't have the contours of the entire bill also, because only a brief has been put out in the parliamentary bulletin. So we'll have to wait and see. But all the Punjab parties, except the BJP, are all up in arms against the centre's latest move.
All right, let's just take the argument that was being made in the soundbites that we were hearing earlier as well. Now, some do argue that this really does not change much on the ground. What is your assessment of that? Because as you mentioned, we've seen the politics that has been reignited with the introduction of this in Punjab. So what is your assessment of what's going on and the political row over this?
I think that not much will change on the ground. In fact, Chandigarh could gain, from this move because the centre will be able to directly, push in the development schemes as it does in other UTs. I think there is a lot of politics over it because Punjab is seeing this as a move that the Punjab governor is divested of the charge of Chandigarh. This is essentially Punjab losing some control over its claim over Chandigarh as its capital. So I think essentially the politics is over it. As I was saying, Bhagwant Mann has been demanding that Chandigarh should only be the capital of Punjab, not of Haryana. And that is, I think, the essential politics. All the Punjab's parties, and with elections coming up in 2027 in Punjab, this issue, if it is followed through by the centre, could become a huge issue. In fact, a few days back, the centre had also tried to change the character, I would say, of the Punjab University Senate in Chandigarh. They had brought that bill, but that it was quickly rolled back because, again, of opposition from various Punjab parties. So it remains to be seen if the centre follows through with this bill as well, because a lot of politics is surrounding it.
Of course, the follow-through is something that we will be tracking very closely as well. What I also do want to understand is, in the larger scheme of things, how important is this change to the administrative structure in Chandigarh?
See him as RP Singh Dev was also explaining in his interview to us. Right now, if there is any administrative matter has to be changed in Chandigarh, any big scale change, it comes right to Parliament. It has to go through that procedure. It takes time. It takes 6 to 8 months. I think the centre's intent, though it's not been explicitly made clear so far, I think is to fast track the development in Chandigarh. And also Chandigarh can't be an island, a unique example when other UTs, even Jammu and Kashmir is governed by an LG, Ladakh is governed by an LG, Pondicherry is governed by an LG. So all the UTs in the country are governed by an independent LG. Chandigarh is the only example which is not governed by an LG but by the governor of Punjab. I think the centre is trying to bring parity, but of course there's a lot of politics over it.
All right, do stay on with us with all those updates. We will continue to discuss this further. We're also now being joined by Shiromani Akali Dal leader, Arshdeep. Thank you so much for joining us on the show. We want to understand what your assessment here is. We want to understand the practical implications of this because, as we heard earlier as well, RP Singh saying that it really does not change much on ground. What's your assessment?
The status of Chandigarh is different from the other UTs in the country. So let me explain first that Chandigarh is the capital of Punjab. Chandigarh was made, and the land which was acquired for making Chandigarh was taken from Punjab and all the villages of Punjab. Now there were 2 accords with the central government. Twice the central government had promised to give Chandigarh to Punjab, and Haryana is using Chandigarh as a capital only on temporary basis. Till the time Haryana doesn't constitute its own capital. So the status as a UT of Chandigarh is temporary. So any move which is for making it a permanent UT, like 131 amendment, which the central government is supposed to bring in the parliament, that is against the total soul of the federal structure and the federalism which is preached by the constitution. So Shiromani Akali Dal is against any such move which gives Chandigarh a permanent status of the UT, because we clearly believe, and our stand is very firm, that Chandigarh belongs to Punjab. Chandigarh is the capital of Punjab. It's a temporary UT. So the nation, the people in BJP, the central government, Prime Minister Modi, Mr. Amit Shah, they should understand this basic line that Chandigarh is not a permanent UT. Chandigarh is only a temporary UT as per the Reorganization Act. So giving any status to Chandigarh which makes it a permanent UT, so we are against that.